Today we're going to be changing the oil on the new 2016 VX Deluxe Yamaha. It's the Wave Runner. Last year we did a video on this one over here, which is the 2015. 2016 has a few changes to it. The reason we're changing the oil so early, it's brand new. You got to change it before 10 hours, around 10 hours. So one of the things that we're doing is changing the oil out with Yamaha. They recommend you use the Yamaha, and you can use 10W40 or 10W30. If you're in hot climates like Florida, we suggest the 10W40. In New England, it's still a little cool even in June. You can do the 10W30 with no problem. We've got a filter ready here, and what you do is, like on this model here, what I do is I just set up a battery. I don't like draining my battery of my jet ski. So what we do here is I just hook a battery to a pump that sucks the oil right out of the where you put the oil in, right where the dipstick is. So you're just going to take this dipstick out, put it to the side, put the oil siphon in there, and just suck all the oil out. It's very safe, very easy to do. You actually do not need a pump this big. The reason we do is I change the oil on the boat. Once you change the oil, you really don't have to change it till like 100 hours after that. So it's quite a while. What I do is I put this on here, and we change the oil using this machine here. So now we'll just start the pump here, which is hooked like a jumper battery, and you'll see the oil. It's draining right out now. It sucks it up through here, just dumps it in here. Once the oil is empty in there, we're going to change the filter. This year's model did something very, very smart. They put the filter, as you can see, right on the top. So once I drain all the oil, it's easy for me to put rag around the top. On the 2015 model, it's a different engine. It's a 4-cylinder. It's a much bigger engine, so it takes up a lot more room. It's harder to get at the filter. This is very easy, very smart design by putting the filter on the top. We'll change out the filter, and as soon as this empties out, now on this unit, you're wanting to be careful, because when you take this, see the siphoning tube? When you go to put it in, it looks like it's stopping right here, and you're going to start draining for a while. You're going to jiggle it around, and you're going to notice, like, facing the front of the jet ski, like going that way, as you can see in here where the tube is now, it's a deeper well. So you get it all pumped out. So what you do is you take it out of here, and just wipe it so you don't get any oil at all anywhere near the water. And what I always do with any of my filters is I always take a little oil, put it on my finger, and go around the rubber gasket. This stops it from, the next time you're going to take the thing off, sticking to the manifold, and the rubber sticks to the manifold, you can't get it off. So what I've done down here is you look at the wrench on the filter, and like I said, the new model's it's quite ingenious that them actually put it up top. But what you want to do is stick paper towels around it, so just in case there's any residual oil left over in the filter, crank it off. Now it's loose. So you get this little thing here, you can just get it out of your way. Because when you open this, there's a chance that there's going to be, leftover oil. If you wrap it like this in the paper towel, it doesn't go all over the jet ski. Because there's no way to take this off and tip it up without some oil coming out. See what I mean? So now you take this and make sure you just put it upright so it doesn't go anywhere. And now you've got this thing here. So what I do is, see how there's a little oil in the reservoir, is I'm just going to soak it up. Now if you do this, you notice when I take this off, you've got no oil, leaked all over the place, because you got most of it in the paper towel. Because they don't, even though this is a very convenient way to get at it, there is no neat way of doing it. So you want to make sure you get paper towels around it, soak up the excess oil, wipe it up. Now, when you start this and it's running the first time, you are definitely going to get some smoking, because a little oil always gets on the block. You want to try to clean it now as best you can, because the more you clean in this little spot around here, the less smoking you're going to get when you go to do it. So I'm going to just take a few minutes, and I'm going to wipe any oil that I see off. Like I said, the new one, I've got it already all set to go. You put it on. Usually want to do these hand tight. You know, you don't want to over tighten. So what I do is I do them hand tight and really as tight as I can with my hand, so I know that it's not, you know, you didn't over tighten it and the rest of it in. So that's not going anywhere. And now I'm going to clean all this up. I'm going to take all this away and we're going to fill it up. At the point where we drained all the oil out, and we only did it because it's the 10-hour oil change. Now, one of the things I wanted to explain is the total amount on this oil with the filter is going to be 3.91 quarts, so it's almost 1 gallon. So this is 1 gallon. But what you want to do is you want to put about 3/4 of that in and check, because say you didn't get it all out by sucking it out, or you know there was some left inside, you just don't want to overfill it, because it's never good to overfill it. What I've done here is the oil goes right here, like I showed you before, and this is where the dipstick is. So you're gonna check on the dipstick. They've got the different levels here. You want to check when it's done. But what I do is I got a nice big filter, funnel, because I don't want to spill any oil. And like I said before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3/4 of this. And then check it, because I don't want to overfill the oil. Yeah, this is about 3/4. And sometimes you notice, like, when you're changing it for the 10 hours, you say to yourself, you know, did I really need to change that? It's, it's very clean, but when it's a new engine, there's like, metal flakes, things because of the new engine breaking in, so you want to get all that out of there and get everything out of the filter. Don't cheat and not do the filter. And one of the things I like to do to record is, now that I'm changing the oil, is just hit the start quick. The oil's in there, just really quick, just for it to go on a minute, just so I can record that it's 9 hours that I'm changing the oil. You want to do that for any kind of warranty information. Just remember, make sure you get the oil back in. But you want to make sure you do that for any kind of warranty, so if they ever were to say, oh, you didn't change it, it's like, yeah, I did. I've even got a video of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this like this so I don't spill any oil. And as you can see here, there's a full and a low. It's these two dots here. This is low. This is your operating range, and that's full. You don't want to go over that. What I do too, and you're going to make sure you do, is to screw it in. Now, when you screw these in, remember they're plastic. Don't cross-thread them, or you're going to have to get another, a whole other thing. And I screw it all the way down, because a lot of times if you just go down, there's that much on the space that you're not getting an accurate reading of what the oil is. So it's really hard to tell when you first do it. This is within the operating range. I can see it right there. It's kind of hard to pick up because the oil is brand new. So I can definitely put more in up to here. Because one thing to remember is when you put this back on, the engine's going to start up and that filter is going to fill with oil too. So if it's a little low, that oil filter is going to kick on. So what I'm going to do is put some more in, because I checked.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you have time, please subscribe to my channel, click here to watch more videos, or please give me a thumbs up. Thanks.